What's up, guys? Today I just want to show you my something I'm working on. I'm working on a custom client, kind of like redacted, for like shit, my fucking damn. I'm sorry, I had a little stroke there. But yeah, it's kind of like redacted, but for Salt Cube. So I don't know. I feel like the editing scene has been kind of dead. Like CS2 doesn't even have a theater mode. It doesn't have anything. And I feel like we just need something, something new, man. Because there's like all the original CODs, there's MW2, there's BO3, all of them. But I feel like we need something kind of new. And so I was like, what if we just pick an old game and just make tooling for it? And I feel like it could work pretty well. Because there's like a bunch of edits for like Source, CS:GO. Is there? I don't know about Counter Strike Source, but like the original CS 1.6 and stuff like that. Especially with Zash 3D, like that's just increased tenfold. But I was like, Salt Cube is a classic, if you ever made cheats, you develop cheats or like internal layer with whatever. It's on Brock. I'm sorry, I haven't made a fucking like video in so long where I actually speak to the that sound effect always spooks me, and I don't know what I hate that shit. But anyway, yeah. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, if you ever made cheats, then you definitely know Assault Cube. It's usually the one thing you like kind of start making cheats on because there's no anti-cheat. Although there's community made things for anti-cheat. But anyway, I'm getting completely off script here. But the point is, I wanted to make like a redacted like client for demos because this game actually has a demo system. It does have a demo system, but it's extremely minimal to the point where like really all you could do was play a demo and what was that? You could play a demo. You can switch perspectives, which I'll show you. Like you switch perspective, you switch to the player perspective, or the third person, and whatever this is. I still don't understand fully what this is. And then there's free cam, which is called fly. That all exists. And that was really it. There was not much else. So I obviously you need like key features, right? You need a keyframe system, a camera system. I really like the way that BO3 BO3 did. I'm really a big fan of how BO3 did. That's probably how I implement it. Right now, I don't actually have any of that implemented, but I will add the keyframe and the camera system like that. You need FOV sliders. And you need all like sky replacement stuff. These are all kind of things you kind of need. And on top of that, there was no ability to pause. There was no pausing feature at all. There's none of that. You couldn't change the speed, so I had to add all that. So really, you could just play. That was really it. There was really not much. But anyway, I wanted to add my own logic. So I'll show you. Start the battle. Show you how the pause works. So from the player perspective, oh, there's a bug. You can see it in a second. But if I resume, this is an annoying demo because this guy stands here for like 40 minutes. So hold on, let me up the speed so we don't have to wait. It's not a bug that, yeah, okay. So as you can see, the speed works. And right now it's like presets, but I plan on adding where you can actually like add custom numbers. You kind of can through the console, but I'd rather have it in the menu too, or some way. But yeah, if I pause, it pauses, and you can also go in free cam. And this was a pain in the ass to set up. Okay, what just happened? That was not really supposed to happen, but yeah, see, we were supposed to actually spawn wherever the hell we just were, but for some reason that didn't happen. But let's figure that out. There's a lot of weird bugs like that, and as you can see, there's a lot of sound bugs, but really that's not even that important. But as you can see, we can actually pause, and we can kind of do like if I had a keyframe system, we could do like legitimate like death stuff and stuff like that. But pretty cool. Like this wasn't even a feature at this point. In the original demo system. Then there's also you can hide the gun. Now this doesn't actually hide from a free cam perspective. Like if I hide it, you'll still see the gun from the free cam perspective, or from the player's perspective. I do plan on decoupling this where you can actually hide the HUD and the gun. And the HUD doesn't even work right now. It only works with the gun. So if I go to player perspective and we just do that, you'll see the gun is not there. Now, like I said, the HUD's not here, but I do plan on decoupling these and adding their own individual buttons so you can hide the HUD or the gun. You don't have to hide both. But I just did that for the time being. So yeah, it really right now is just a matter of fixing a bunch of bugs, and then I need to add a keyframe system. Obviously, I want to keep it like BO3, reuse BO3's feeder mode. And on top of that, I really want to add FOV, and then for like I plan on doing reshade because I imagine reshade works with this game. It's OpenGL. Although I've never used OpenGL reshade. Um, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. What was there something else I was gonna say? Shit. But yeah, that's pretty much that. There's also the ability. So in the one issue with the demo mode or the demo system in Assault Cube is that normally it only allows you can only record demos and download demos from a server. So you have to be connected to a server. So you either have to run your own local server or you have to be a part of a multiplayer server. But on the multiplayer server, the admin has to basically allow that. So it's like a config option or like so the server administrator has to allow that. So you to be able to actually record demos, you're gonna have to either run your own local server or you're gonna have to join a multiplayer game and have you need to join a server that actually allows you to record demos. Um, I did actually remove the safeguards for that, but it's just so buggy. Like you could use it to like I mean maybe I'll fix it in the future, but at the moment you can actually record demos and you can they will write them to the disk. You can write them to the disk. It's just that when you play them back, and by the way, this is when you're in single player. When you play them back, it won't actually track. Like the only thing it really succeeds at doing is loading the map. It doesn't really remember any of the players. It doesn't remember the location. It doesn't remember any action other than the map. So it's basically, but it's good for like if you're doing like map cinematics, like just simple like camera movements. So that's why I kept it. But it's pretty much pointless if you're trying to do like any kind of gameplay or like player cinematic. But I kept it out nonetheless. And I'm sure there's a way I could fix it. But honestly, the Assault Cube source code is Jesus Christ. I mean, I've like altered the Half-Life source code before, and that shit was clean as hell. This shit gives me a brain aneurysm. But I'm also not that good of a programmer, so maybe it's my fault. But it's just everything is so coupled together. It's not like the individual classes you had with the Half-Life source code where you had a gun class, you had all these classes. This is like everything is just in the fucking client game C++ file. But yeah, nonetheless, this is what I've been working on. I hope that I can maybe make a tool that can possibly create an editing community for this game because there already was one like 10 years ago. I was looking through and there was actually some. They were terrible. I mean, not terrible, but I shouldn't say the word terrible. They're just so limited to what they could actually do. It was mostly just like gameplay footage, edited, but it was really cool to see. So maybe this tooling will be able to improve that, or bring back that what was, but with more advanced stuff. Yeah, and I might open source it. Um, but it's just when I get to the point where it's actually good. I hope this was recording the gameplay.